All right, good evening again, everyone. Futures Brizio here, 7:30 p.m. now on December 17th. Hope everybody's doing well. I just posted a video with my kind of latest update on trading Forex sentiment, retail sentiment, so check that out. Should be uploaded on the channel now. So I just wanted to drop a quick video here, just kind of update on some of these futures charts so we can just jump on in here. So we'll start with oil. So we still have been trading basically inside this range. This is the 4-hour chart. We jump out a little higher. Again, the 8-hour chart, you can see we're just kind of up and down here in oil. But, you know, it doesn't mean we can't trade at all. So if we go to the 4-hour, we notice that price came down and kind of tapped into this previous area of supply here where price had made a swing. So this really was kind of a swing low to look at in terms of maintaining this current uptrend. So so I did trade this a little bit today. You can see I traded down into this level right here. It was a little bit late on the entry. Obviously the better entry was up here, but this candle I think occurred. Yeah, this candle occurred in the middle of the night basically for me. So again, it's kind of tough. But I did take it and I exited right here at this swing, which was a good place to exit because you can see it did react off the zone. And then I did take a long position, which I also got out of as price approached this resistance area. So so I did take a couple of trades there today. We'll see what happens. On the 1-hour chart, you can see we kind of have this zone sitting right here. That's been maintained. That's this other horizontal line, this box. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, whether we get any push. If we get a push through here, through this zone, and can close above this area, then certainly I think we can get a run back up towards these highs. So, but I'll be patient with it, and we'll just see what happens on that. But again, crude oil is on longer time frames is definitely still ranging. So if you're going to look for trades on this, it's definitely got to be on the shorter time frames where you can still kind of see some smaller trends within these moves here. This potentially could turn around and just roll over and keep going down. You can see as it approached this zone on the hourly chart, we started running out of steam, but it also was late in the day too. So we'll see. If this area holds, then I think price will roll over and keep going down. But if we break through here, then we'll continue the uptrend. And again, this did seem to be a pretty strong demand zone back here, which held at least temporarily, but these don't always hold. And this is kind of the swing area that I was looking at where price has tapped into this area a bunch of times. So there could be a short-term bounce, maybe back up to here. This is kind of the next kind of line in the sand here is back up at these highs. This is more like a retail high. So my feeling on this is that we probably will get through here. If we're going to go long, we probably will get through this area. And then this area, which is not very far above, will be the next target area. So I'm not going to be looking to just jump into a trade on this just because the market overall is very choppy and sideways on the higher time frames. And it just concerns me that none of these moves will be really sustained for too long. But so if I do, there'll be short-term trades like this where I just take little pieces out until we break out of this area. But like I said, this area did hold down here, right in here. So there is good potential, at least, that this could go higher. But there is definitely some overhead supply and resistance areas up above here. So we'll just watch oil. This is natural gas, and for natural gas, again, I took 2 trades on this today. I took a little short-term short right here down to this level. And again, the reason why I traded it back to here is because if you look to the left, we had a major pullback area right here. and you can see price respected that. So I did take a little short, again, running into this area on the 4-hour chart. If we just zoom down a little bit here and just look at this, you know, I took, yeah, it was this trade right here, got out with a small profit, and then I took a long right here off this area, and I did get out of this early. I had to go out this afternoon. I just didn't want to have to manage it. So I did exit this trade. Obviously, I did leave a bit on the table here. But overall, this market does appear to want to break out to the upside here. And so, you know, if we zoom out a little bit more, this is a pretty impulsive move to the upside. And so I do think that we'll see price continue to run up here, probably at least back to these previous highs. There is a pretty strong resistance area that price has run into several times, but this is very impulsive. I mean, this one candle. So again, my gut on this is to look for pullbacks and then a move back higher again on the shorter time frame. So short term, at least bullish on natural gas. So gold sold down today into this zone right in here. I did take a short on here that, again, I exited before it got down to here. And you can see it really did nothing the rest of the day. Here's the 4-hour chart. And you can see this zone down here, basically between these two lines. There's a very strong zone. This was a previous area where price, you know, was at equilibrium here for a while, chopping around. So, you know, I'm kind of neutral on this right now. I think overall you have to assume we are still in a downtrend until some of this bigger structure is taken out, you know, either in here or certainly back here. So, again, you have to respect the bearish sentiment on gold right now until it proves otherwise. But I do think any impulsive move back to the upside that clears out these swings over here would put us back on a bullish footing with gold. You know, but it has been trading basically inside this big range here for the last couple of weeks. And it really hasn't been able to get going. You can see it trades down, chops into this area, trades up, comes back down to this area. So this whole area here between about, what is this, about 2750 down to this 2635 is kind of the zone in here. So this is just kind of a big zone we're trading in. Can't seem to really break below it, but can't really seem to get out of it either. So potentially you could trade in between these zones for now, and just until we have a breakout. But that is the overall sentiment on it, is sideways for now. And there definitely is a big push and pull going on with gold right now. So, but I'm out of it for now. And again, any break of structure to the upside would definitely lead me to trade higher. If I was going to consider any shorts, I would have to see it clear out all of this crap. I mean, all these lows down here, basically this bottom horizontal line. I would want to see price just clear out all these lows, retest, and then go. I'm just not interested in selling anywhere between where price is now, anywhere inside these red lines. At least on the time frames I trade on, there's too much chop in here. So either I wait for a bigger break to the downside, or I wait for some upside clear out of these swings, especially this one right here is kind of like the biggest one that sticks out here on the 4-hour chart, is this one right here. So you probably could look at this one right here as a secondary one, but this is definitely the more important one. So price to come up here, clear this out, and then go higher. But if this area in here holds, if we get any real hold of price between about, you know, in this zone here, then we probably will go lower if this area holds. But anything that clears this out will probably go higher. But again, no shorts for me unless all of these lows are taken out. So, all right. And then on the NQ, it was a down day today. I didn't trade this at all. I did have this Fibonacci on here just looking at this, but again, on the 4-hour chart, you just still, again, have to respect the uptrend on the NQ. Doesn't mean it's going to go on for eventually. We're going to have, if not a reversal, we will have a much more substantial correction, but this doesn't look like it. I mean, it was down all day. Here's the hourly chart, but doesn't look that impressive on the 4-hour chart. It's just kind of, meandering down here with relatively, low volume candles. And so to me, that suggests that, it will turn back up. How far it goes, I don't know. This area right here is what I consider the line in the sand. As long as price holds this area, we're still in an uptrend. We certainly can use the MFI indicator to help us plan a re-entry, especially on like a 3-hour or 2-hour, or 3 to 4 hour chart where the MFI is now crossing into this oversold zone. We can potentially look for that to help us plan an entry. Although again, you have to be careful because sometimes this MFI, especially on NQ, will give you a little bit of an early signal. So you definitely got to use price action, go to a shorter time frame, look for some break of structure. In other words, I have this price alarm set up here on my chart. So if it's going to go higher, I want price to show me. I want price to come up here and, take out swing highs. So I can probably pull this down because we did make this low later in the day today. So I want to see price come up here, take out this area, and then before I want to, see price in some nice bullish, strong bullish candle pushing back through these highs, through these swings, and then go higher. But you have to respect the uptrend on this until it shows you otherwise, and we have seen no end to this yet. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a correction, but there is a thing called a Santa Claus rally. I don't know really seasonally if that really sticks, but that there is a lot of consistency that this time of year, towards the end of the year, the stock market tends to rally. I don't know if that's true or not, or how, why, but it's called the Santa Claus rally. So we'll see. That could be pushing too. So we do have the Federal Reserve meeting tomorrow on Wednesday for the Fed to talk about interest rates. So that obviously is a very big driver for a market like this and gold. So depending how they come out, that's going to, probably have an impact. So I'd be cautious trading. That meeting will be tomorrow afternoon. So we may not see a lot of price action early in the day because the market might just be waiting for the Fed. So I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see choppy action tomorrow, especially early. Choppy to maybe down even a little bit where this downtrend continues. Because I think, again, the market might just be waiting for the Fed to make its rate decision tomorrow. It's the last meeting for the year. They still are, trying to deal with inflation. It's been kind of ticked back up again. So who knows if they're going to be, what they're going to do, if they're going to want to raise rates or leave them alone. My gut is they may just leave them alone, but we'll see. So, but yeah, so just be on the lookout for that tomorrow afternoon. If you do have any positions open, I'm not telling you to close them, but if they're in profit, you might want to manage those a little bit in these indices, S&P, Nasdaq, any of the, stock indices, or even things like gold, because that probably will definitely have a reaction to the Fed decision. And again, I think that's around 2-3 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow afternoon. So, all right. So that's where those stand. So like I said, I did take a few short trades today. Not a heck of a lot of continuation on things, but a couple of demand zones, support zones that reacted from today. And we'll see if those hold and, can push some of these things back higher again, especially things like gold and natural gas and oil. Really, all three of these, are coming into zones where price may very well react and go higher. And natural gas is certainly the biggest one of those three. So I do think NG is going to go higher in the short term, again, with a target. This is probably my favorite of, NQ, Nasdaq, if we get a break higher, is a nice setup. and natural gas is probably my other favorite one to look at right now. I'm not too big on gold and oil until there's a little bit more clarity on those. So, all right. So I'll leave it there, guys. I hope you have a great night. Questions, comments, leave them down below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hope you have a great night. And I'll talk to you soon.